Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crusader Kings 2. I'm Ribleos Kelvin, where we continue with our Rajas of India series, as I try desperately to get my soldiers out of these mountains. Come on now. Get into the open plains. There you go. There you go. Nice and easy now. So, at the end of the last episode, we talked about how we are basically going to finally begin our invasion of India. In particular, here. I'm thinking we're going to target an invasion of Malwa. Because we're going to be invading from the north, so as nice as it would be to target somewhere else, it's going to cause rather troubling issues with ticking war score and the like. Alright. Now, that being said, we're also going to need mercenaries. Alright. There we are, 10,000 mercs. They will be our first wave, and they have a long way to walk. Thankfully, as a horde, we effectively don't have levies, and as such, can more or less, with impunity, move to our opponent's borders before declaring this war, which is, of course, what we will be doing. We have over 10,000 gold to blow for this plan, and I, without question, plan to make good on it. So, that said, we have another child. This time, Nagas of Chaos. There you are. Alright. That'll do well. And the clans are busy dealing with themselves. That said, I'm hoping that we can count on the support of the clans in the war, but it's not necessary. It's pretty clear that the Venture have come out ahead, to no one's surprise, though. Introduce heir to the realm. Oh, Biltros. Did they add this? They must have added that in either like a decision or something, in a mod or something, I guess. That's strange. Speaking of, well, we'll handle that later. You're getting a very good martial education. Perfect. Idolizers will be hampered. Well, he's got 2 good and 1 bad. Hopefully that's alright. Alright. Christ. Takes forever to get these friggin' mercs through, let alone actually make it that far. That said, we have a lot of people. Alright. And now, you guys will follow suit. Not too far behind the mercs. We'll have a long way to go. Alright. Other things we need to do. We could hold a great blot. Maybe. We'll introduce it to the realm and see what happens. Well, no one wanted to find out, I suppose. Like I said, I haven't seen that button before. There might have been a patch since the last time I played. This kid is a disaster. Well, fuck. Well, that happens. Oh, dear. That's what was wrong about tactician. Spend some time learning Eliphas how to fight in exchange for your favor. Well, that's, I suppose, acceptable. Well, Eliphas, you are doing well. There. Alright, I suppose we're about in position. Invasion of Malwa. It's in the declaration. And also surprise. But no one saw this coming. Surprise Norse invasion. Nobody ever expects the surprise Norse invasion. And I mean, to be fair, you'd have to be crazy to, so that seems perfectly reasonable. He deserves a proper freaking funeral. Alright. So, exact location. What are we invading? Yeah, we're invading Malwa, so this region here. Alright. Since you guys are mercs, I have no qualms about sending you to your deaths. Save a little money and act as good bait. That said, we unfortunately lost a lot of our troops on the way over here. Alright. They're coming in for everything. There's a river crossing involved, which is good for us. Very good for us. As we wholesale slaughter. Alright. Okay. Well, that happened. Not a problem. So, we're going to have to go through and effectively dismantle the entire realm, unfortunately. I want everything here. Although we may initially have the most ridiculous amount of war score possible, we're here for the long run. The long game is actually very essential. Let's see. Anything else we could use? Moral of armies. Nomad tax. Nomad tax. There's got to be something good here. I'm just looking for more or less population growth. I mean, otherwise, just straight up a nomad tax upgrade isn't bad. That said, I think we can probably get away without having to siege through. Okay. Question 1. You appear to be walking through. I just can't help but notice you appear to be walking through my soldiers in whatever crazed attempt you're doing. Oh, okay. Sure. I mean, you might have been here in a weird position. That can happen. But either way. At least for the time being, he's taken care of. That said, I wonder. Looks like I can call most of the clans into this. So, now would be a good time. Since I have a feeling that most of his forces have been expended. Yeah. It would appear so. There we go. Of course those take a while. Alright. In the meantime, we're just going to be moving around. No, there are definitely horrors to suffer in this life as well, my friend. That'll move into there. Ultimately, we're managing to reinforce at least somewhat. Alright. Go for it. Aha! Welcome to India, friends! Alright. We keep killing them. That's what matters. As we move around and try and hit up about as many friggin' castles as we can. I mean, Eliphas is already turning into one hell of a good guy here. So, do we want diligent or patient? Make your move at the right time. Alright, and a chancellor, as well as an advisor will probably be needed. Yeah, you want in? Deal. There. And we'll keep the cons. Alright. So. These are the mercs? Okay, good. Now we know. I kind of get lost for that sometimes. And good. Press in on this. We have the extra group if we need, but I'm fine taking casualties on the mercs. They regenerate quick enough. We have to go through and take the top level of freaking everything. I swear, these are just some really weird betrothals I'm getting. Like, King of Scotland, no thanks. Really weird betrothals that the AI wouldn't accept. I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay, that one This is Abyssinia, apparently. I see. Interesting. That is rather interesting. Okay. You know? Yeah. Alright, I'll allow that one. This is... These are just some weird, weird things. Yeah. I figured stuff like this would start to happen. I'm not surprised. But I'm hoping the smaller groups of, our lovely clanmates can do some good damage to them, nonetheless. Part of me has to remember that I need to conserve my own soldiers. This is a long war, not a short war. We must go through and take the top holding of as much as possible throughout this man's realm. That's not an easy task by any stretch. We need to have a very good, very large, and very solid power base to work from for our continued work in India. Simply falling short is not an option. Good. Yeah. Alright, that'll work. Every top holding we take effectively takes away from his empire. So, I have no reason to hold back here. Alright. Yeah, you're bleeding out. A lot of soldiers here. You're outmatched. You're wounded, you're depressed. And, things are not going well for you in this war, are they? Not at all. Not at all. Alright, so that's taken. Good. You move there, there, and we keep spreading out slowly in all directions. Alright. Good. I mean, this war is pretty much a solid win. No questions asked. This is pretty by the numbers. I just have to make sure that when I run low on money, you know. So, there's one con of Sangin. I see, because you're a powerful vassal not on the council. Understandable. Off Sangin. Perhaps now you'd be more willing to answer the call to arms? Good. Every additional soldier that we can call out here is good for our invasion. I mean, I feel like I should go try and, like, stop them from managing to do that and, like, hurting all of our major clanmates, but in reality, I'm kind of okay with it because it's basically a giant distraction that lets my guys work. Sultan of Andalusia. I'll accept it. Because Andalusia, actually pretty big. Although losing ground to the Christians somehow. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. We'll figure that out, though. Okay, so they've got another 5,000 here. One of these two groups will end up dealing with it. There we are. Good. And we keep pressing. Like, every time we take a holding, it just becomes slightly easier to do what we need to do. So it's not actually that big a deal. Every holding we take ultimately weakens him. By a pretty sizable amount, no less. Yeah, those 3,000 groups running around, they're in a nuisance. That's for certain. So yeah, this is captain. Let's quick take the holding and move on him. Part of what I'm doing here is looking to exhaust the enemy. There we are. I failed her. Alright, good luck. And... boom. Just take the trade post. Alright. I'd say so far, we're making good progress. Quick siege. I'm going to try and use these mercs to their fullest extent here. And we're also going to have to clean up all the rebels who see fit to attack us. Which, as it turns out, is a surprisingly large number of people in general. Who'd have thought we would have made so many enemies running around here? I can't imagine it. That said, we continue our fight. And also get some decent generals out here. Pushing on them. Jungle or not, fear the horsemen. Okay, take that castle and press in on that right away. Yeah, don't let it unsiege. Good. Slowly, we can start to see our realm get crafted out before our very eyes. Ain't it great? Let's continue these fights, but... alright, he's moving into some plains here. Good. That's taken care of. Go get 'em, boys. I mean, personally, I'm impressed that he keeps fighting. And apparently still has 9,000 soldiers. You'd think all this damage we're inflicting would actually, be damaging to him. Turns out not. Oh, well. It's okay. Alright. In the meantime, overall, the press is continuing well. These guys are pressing the innards and taking the sub-holdings, which aren't particularly helpful, but they do draw the enemy away from our main assaults, which we'll have to do. We're going to be taking Goa back. Thank you. Alright. Yeah. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's focus on whatever the hell else we can start grabbing before they can get their counter push working. Well, good luck with that. She must load on her own. What the hell happened to you? Died of pneumonia, fuck. Alright. Who's second in line? Well, congratulations. You're gonna get a diplomacy education. Hope for the best here. Fussy, timid, brooding. Congratulations, an economic education. Sigh. You learn some struggle. We're going to have to diversify our Khanate, as it turns out. Alright. This offer of peace. Pff, I spit on it. Alright. I mean, it's getting pretty bad here, as more and more of his provinces continue to fall in rather rapid succession, as I'm quickly changing my own tune to have absolutely no problem with quick sieges, because the opponent has clearly shown a complete inability with which to stop me. And that keeps only getting worse, so... there are plots out to kill me, are there? Probably. That wouldn't surprise me in the least. And I mean, at this point, we've taken close to half his frickin' realm. And it's climbing. We're running low on money. And realistically, we can only really pursue this for probably another year, give or take, but It's okay. That's okay. We're getting there. Commander limit +1 noted. Should look into that as well. We're getting there. And I think very soon, well, we're probably going to be moving to India. To say the least. Got to burn down a nice location, settle in, and have our capital here. We're doing well. And the invasion goes, well, better than I could have hoped, really. I was expecting a bit more resistance. But at this point, finally, those wounds I keep inflicting on him have started to pile up. And he's down to but a mere 5,000 soldiers. At this point, it's probably a very likely statement that we don't need the mercenaries anymore. And even the other tribes who are out and about fighting various wars and capturing various holdings, as the wounds with them also pile up, so too does their army size versus the enemy, and in a matter of time, it will be an easy matter to dispatch with the rest of this. I mean, even now, I'd settle for this. This is a pretty sizable little empire we've got here already. And we're already going to probably be able to expand to most of the rest of this stuff. If we just start taking... If we can take all this, well, that's big. That is big. Alright. With that, I think we're going to call it a day here, folks. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been your lovely host, Calvin, signing off.